battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. It's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. There's Garoppolo to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's Byron Jones breaking up that play before it could really get started.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. 21. Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. They'll get this out to Kamara. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Raiders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. That's a strong safety making a strong, hard tackle.
And we know his coach. Doesn't smile a whole lot, does he? How about that grin right there, ear to ear after that play?
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing on second down. Jackson buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. On third down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. Jackson now. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. I guess no need to force him when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
From the 4, this is second down and 1.
Now they send a man in motion right.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
Okay, second and 1, you get nothing. What now on third and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's third and inches. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Adams. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
Down to the 42, second down.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Another run with Mitchell. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They run over center with Mitchell.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And, off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So close to an NFL record, but denied by the crossbar.
And you have to feel bad for him, don't you? He squeezed every last inch out of that kick. Oh, I thought he had it, but you said it. He's denied by the cruel sound of the metal crossbar.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Locates Kamara on the out route. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Odafe Oweh picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
Room here to run. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
85 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. Garoppolo on 1st down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. From the 45 on second down, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
21. Garoppolo looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. The 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning.
Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Roquan Smith, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down, Kamara. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hole.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Tucker with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big.
Defense team for the Raiders able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And some room to roam now.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Alvin Kamara.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders get a bit closer.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Jacobs. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 133 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, 30 yards. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they take a knee. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
4th down, here's Jackson.
Sliding out of the pocket. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.